Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hopefully you guys can hear me. All right, let's do this. Hey guys, what's going on? Good afternoon to people in the Midwest and on the East Coast. Good morning to people on the West Coast. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone around from wherever you are. Welcome to hashtag TNTJoeFi. That stands for tech news that Jerome Ortega finds interesting. I am your host, Jerome Ortega. If you guys saw in the title, I am actually having a guest come on today. Android Stud. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him or not, but really cool guy. I haven't talked to him in a while, and he's going to be coming on a little later. He was actually supposed to come and join me from the start, but he had some work stuff to come up. So whenever he jumps in here, we'll talk to him. I have a couple questions and, just trying to catch up and see where he's going with the whole phone gig and everything else he's been up to. But we have some big news today, some actually exciting news, some stuff that I'm very happy to talk about, which is nice because it's kind of a shift from me bitching about stuff all the time. But real quick, let me say hi to everybody. Brian, the very first person to come in here. Welcome to TNTJoeFi TGIF edition. That's right. Today's Friday. I don't know about you guys, but I keep losing track of the day because being in quarantine, I just, who knows what day it is sometimes or what time it is when I wake up or how late it is when I'm going to bed. I see Hamed Al-Shamsi in here as well. Oh, I'm here early. Where do I put the wine? Wherever you can find a spot for it, man. Welcome to the stream. I see Utkarsh Chibber in here as well. Hopefully I said that right. Yo, what's up? What up, Utkarsh? How's it going, man? Nice to see you. I think you're new, right? If you are, welcome. Tobas Nwajagu, as always popping in the stream. What up, guys? What's going on, Tobas? Nice to see you. Enforce in here. Yo. Hold up the phone. And he says, did you say Pixel 4a with 128 gigs of storage? Yes, I said Pixel 4a with 128 gigs of storage. At a $349 price point. We're going to touch base and we're going to get into that. And that makes me really happy to talk about. And hopefully that is what they're going to keep it at. But or hopefully that's the confirmed pricing. And we're going to get into the specs and we're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about its competition. And actually, when Leo, Android Stud, gets in here, I want to talk about that with him as well. I see Romuald Pineda. Romuald, am I saying that right? I might not be. Any single women in here? I don't know, man. If you look at my demographics, I'll just share this with you right now. This is the first time I've seen you in here. So I don't know if you're just in here to look for people or look for women, but I'll give you some insight. If you look at, you can't look at my analytics, but when I look at my analytics and I look at the demographics, it's about 94% 4% male. So you might be out of luck, buddy. But welcome to the stream if you plan on staying in here and, spending some time. Gboy888, what's up, everybody? Exclamation. What up, Gboy888? How's it going, man? Romuald, ¿cómo está? Pare. Hey, how's it going, man? I'm good. Nice to see you in here. Hope you can stay. Join the chat. And my mouse just froze on me. Okay, we're good. Tube me. Question RAM, 6 gigs. 6 gigs. That's the report. And if it's 6 gigs, I'm going to be happy about it. Abdul Razak is asking the same thing. But anyway, Tube me, Romuald, Abdul, who else is in here? Nicola, Tesla. Guys, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen a lot of you guys here before. So, God damn it, my mouse is freezing and it's like the worst time to freeze. God damn it. It's not, I can't move my mouse and I don't want to have to. Okay, I'm good. Okay. I love tech a lot. That cap looks awesome, bro. Did you buy it at Lids? This is a Chicago Bulls one, and this is actually a special edition one. They only have them at the games. You have to go to certain games. That's why I'll go to Bulls games just to get the hats. These are made by Chicago artists, which I think I have so many of them. All different Chicago artists that do different designs for Bulls hats. I think it's one of the coolest things. God damn it, my mouse is not okay. Okay, so Saud. Oh, hey, Saud. Welcome, by the way. Hey, I thanked you yesterday for upgrading your membership to the Predator status. When you get a chance, DM me on Instagram or something so I can give you access to my private Discord. But hi, not much with Pixel budget phone as I always go for the flagship one. But for the 4A, I guess it will destroy the iPhone budget one, especially after that price. And we're gonna get into that. Nicola Tesla is asking about the camera. We'll get into that in a bit. Will's in here as well. What's up, Jerome? What's up, Will? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so let's real quick, guys, for everyone that's in here, real quick, if you guys feel free to like the video. Liking the video helps me in an algorithmic way. Pretty much what I'm saying is maybe it helps other people find the stream. So feel free to hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe. I stream every day, Monday through Friday at around 12 to 1 p.m. Central. And then also real quick, I'll share this right now. If you see anybody in the chat with a green name and a Chicago red Chicago star next to their name, that's because they are a member of my channel. They get that badge. They get to use a special emoji. And for as little as 99 cents a month, I know that sounds real salesy, but for as little as 99 cents a month, you can have that benefit too. By being a member on my channel. You can just click that join button. You get to use certain emoji, but you also get your name on the intro and outro to all my live streams. You can either click that or you can just go to youtube.com/PhoneJerome/join. So I'm going to leave it at that. That's the most marketing you're going to see. I might say it one more time at the end, and my mouse is giving me goddamn rage right now because it keeps freezing on me. But guys, let's I will say hi to everybody else in a second, but let's get into the Pixel 4a. Let's talk about it. Again, I do have a guest coming on later as well. So, I don't have many stories today because I want to talk to Leah. I want to talk to Android Stud about what's going on and get his thoughts on the Pixel and see where his head's at about phones in general. But let's talk about this. This article got me hyped. It got me hyped today because I've been kind of excited for the Pixel 4a because of the $399 price point. And I feel like when the iPhone SE came out, I'm like, damn, here comes the competition. Something good, like a great process or a great chipset, a good camera, a really good camera for a $400 price point. Not to mention the fact that when the iPhone SE came out and they decided that they were going to sell the 128 gig internal storage version for $449, I said, damn, that's a really good deal. Yes, we can talk about all the, the shitty parts about the iPhone SE, the display, right? The old style on it, the battery, but still, you're still getting a high-end processor, and you're getting a really good camera, and you're getting good support for $400. So I'm like, damn, these other companies need to bring their A game now. They need to step up and compete in this market. And then I saw this and I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted to see. Exactly what I wanted to see. So let's I'm too excited because I want to talk about it. So this article from Droid Life is talking about how the Pixel 4a, there's a rumor that's putting 128 gig internal storage model at $349. $349, guys. They're ready to undercut the competition. This is the shit that I need to see from Google. This is the shit that, this is the stuff, this is the shit that made me get into the Nexus phones in the first place. So my fucking mouse, god damn, this thing is okay. Sorry, my mouse is, I need to get a new mouse. What would be a good way for Google to finally drop the Pixel 4a on us and steal back some of the spotlight from Apple's new iPhone SE? Pricing below the SE and going nuts on the storage might help. Not it more than might. This will help it. People are going to be talking about this if this is the route that they're actually going to go. According to a rumor from 9 to 5 Google, Google may do both of those things by introducing the Pixel 4a with 128 gigs of storage and a starting price of $349. God damn, my mouse is just, it's giving me rage. That would be a significant move by Google, making its A-line an even better value than it was with the 3a. Totally. Previous rumors suggested that the Pixel 4a would arrive at $399 with 64 gigs of storage to start. And that was where my head has been going at, because this is what Google's been doing for a while. They've kind of really lost the focus of where their roots used to be. And I just assumed, yep, we're going to get $400, 64 gigs of internal storage, but at least this time it's going to have a Snapdragon 700 series chipset. But now, again, better news coming. So there was a thought around the idea of a 128 gig model as an upgrade that would raise the price. And let's also not forget, I don't think the Pixel 3a even offered 128 gigs of internal storage. Did they? I mean, I don't think they did. I don't have one. I've always bought, the flagship ones, the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 4. So I don't think the 3a ever came with 128 gigs of internal storage. Should this be true, does that mean we're looking at a single Pixel 4a model, 128 gigs for $349 with no options to upgrade in size or storage? Real quick, if it comes for $349 with 128 gigs of storage, I will probably recommend this phone all day, especially to people who are not who are maybe light casual users who want a good camera and they don't want to spend a ton of money. I will probably recommend this phone, all day. I mean, the iPhone SE is going to be a good competitor, but we're going to talk about that. We'll kind of break that kind of stuff down. My fucking mouse is not cooperating with me. Last year with the Pixel 3a, we had regular and XL variants that only featured a single storage amount and an $80 difference between sizes. The smallest version started at $399. So I think we all sort of assumed Google would return to that price point. So did I, because all manufacturers today, they just keep going up in price. This is, not only are they going down in price, but they're going to double down on the internal storage. It's going to have a better chipset. It's going to have more RAM. Like, okay, it's, count me in. Totally count me in. Maybe Google has decided on a last minute change to better compete. This is what they should have been doing the whole time. Instead of pricing their Pixel 4 at $800, they should have just been competing the whole time. At $349 and with 128 gigs of storage, FHD display with a hole punch, 6 gigs of RAM, a 3000 milliamp hour battery, pixel level camera, and a fingerprint reader. Are we talking about besting the iPhone SE in record time? That's a starting price $50 lower and double the storage. Write the headlines, folks. Okay, let me, if I can move this mouse because it's not doing what I needed to do. Oh my God, I can't do this for the hour. How am I need to get a new mouse. Where did it go now? Fuck, motherfucker. Sorry. Okay. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Pixel 4a at a $350 price point. So if this is true, you're going to get a Pixel 4a with a really good looking, more modern design, right? It's going to have that hole punch hole in the front on the top left corner, but the bezels are going to be really minimal. It's going to look better than what the Pixel 4 shows. If you've seen a Pixel 4, it's real asymmetric on the top. Like it has a big forehead on the top and a smaller chin. And the Pixel 4a is going to look better in that regards. Am I a big fan of a hole punch? No, I'm not a big fan of notches. I would have rather had just small symmetric bezels on the top and the bottom, but I'll take it. It is more display that you get, right? So that's an advantage already over the iPhone SE. It's going to have a headphone jack. And then it's going to run a Snapdragon 730 chipset, right? Is that what that says here? No, it doesn't even say that here, but from what I've been reading, a Snapdragon 730 chipset, which at least from what I've been looking at, some articles I've read, I think it isn't bad in terms of performance, but that really it has yet to be seen. That's something I say a lot because I just don't have one, so I can't really test it on the forefront. But at least it's going to be faster than what the 600 chipset on the Pixel 3a has been offering. And yesterday I think, was it yesterday or the other day, I talked about how somebody did an Antutu benchmarking thing. And, benchmarks are a bunch of bullshit too, but at least this is a good guide. And the benchmarks on, this early release model of the Pixel 4a pretty much beat out the Pixel 3a handily. So that's good to see. At least you're going to get 6 gigs of RAM. Again, 128 gigs of internal storage. It's going to have the fingerprint reader on the back, which is one of my favorite things on the Pixel 3. When the Pixel 4 came out with Face Unlock, I wasn't the biggest fan, and I'm still not the biggest fan. I would have rather had a fingerprint reader. Not only that, but so like on my Pixel 4, the thing about the fingerprint reader was the fact that I could swipe down on the fingerprint reader, swipe down, swipe up to slide my notification window down, shade down, whatever you want to call it. And I thought that was really handy. And not only that, but I also thought it might be something that they could have implemented more, use more kind of like scrolling gestures or whatever on that fingerprint reader. But so it's going to have that, which is one of the best fingerprint readers. I think having it in the back, at least for me, is my favorite. It doesn't take up space on the front like the iPhone SE. The battery, 3,000 milliamp hour battery, it's going to be better than the Pixel 4's battery, just because of probably the better chipset. There's no Soli on it, which might be taking up, more battery as well. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot going for it. I really do. So, it's not going to have, I don't think there's any dust or water resistance. You're not going to be seeing any of that. And I'm trying to think of what else might be added onto it, but you're still also going to get a really good camera. The Pixel 4's camera is one of the best, although I cannot claim that it is the best. I still think my iPhone 11 Pro is the better camera overall, especially in night mode, or especially at night. The iPhone 11 Pro really stepped up its game in 2019, and it took the crown away from the Google Pixel, at least in my opinion. If you guys don't believe me, if you're new to my channel, please take a look at my camera reviews. I have so many of them, and I've done a ton of them versus the Pixel 4, versus the iPhone 11 Pro, and even recently versus the iPhone SE. And even though the Pixel 4 is good, it has a couple of shortcomings, but the Pixel 4a's camera is still going to be really, really good. And I will be buying it on day one if these specs are what they're saying it is. And I'll test out the camera versus my Pixel 4. I'll test it out versus the iPhone 11 Pro and see where it stands. For a $350 phone, it's going to have a better camera than the iPhone SE, for sure. For sure. I don't think I'm missing anything else. And you know what? When Leo comes in here, hopefully he comes in here, I'll discuss with him too and talk about what his thoughts are on the Pixel 4a. But let's go to chat too, so we can kind of continue this conversation, especially if my mouse doesn't. I'm already getting upset because I just don't think it's not cooperating with me at all. Utkarsh Chibber's asking, you think iPhone 12 leaks are legit now? I think, although there's word that for the iPhone 12 Pro that it might not be coming with 120 hertz. We don't know that for sure, but our 120 hertz refresh rate. But we'll talk about that maybe a little later. I really want to get into the Pixel 4a stuff right now. So Romuald says here, we need cheaper, great phones. Tired of all these super expensive phones that we use for Instagram. Yes, 100% yes. This is why I have been kind of pushing myself away from $1,000 phones. I think the only time I'm going to be spending extra money on phones is for the iPhone, is for the Pixel, just because those are my two top kind of phones. But, I didn't spend money on the S20 or the S20 Ultra, even though I thought about it. I'm like, I'm not spending that kind of money, not right now. Okay, let me scroll down here. I see Mint Arcade here with the emoji. Sorry, I can't show it in here, but Mint Arcade, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you, man. Scars 202. Scars, what's going on, man? I don't know if I've seen you in here before, but nice to see you. Jonathan Rivera, that price and storage will make it sell like hotcakes. Yes, completely agree. Jonathan, thank you for coming to the stream. Appreciate you stopping by. Sell Wonk's in here too. Sounds like a good deal to me. Sounds like a great deal to me. It really does. Tech 10 BITU or B2. What will be the price in India? I don't know, man. I wish I could help you with that. I know in India prices change and it varies depending on the manufacturer and who's selling it from where, because I know OnePlus phones are cheaper in India than they are in the US, and I'm really jealous about that, but I have no idea what it's going to sell for. What do the Pixel 3 sell for, or the Pixel 4s or the 3As? Like, are they more in India than they are in the US? Maybe somebody in chat can help you, because I really don't know. Hamed Al-Shamsi is saying, now I'm really debating whether I should get the 4A or wait for the 5. The price is just so attractive, but it also gives me hope that Google might price the Pixel 5 brilliantly. That's actually a really good point, and that's something I forgot to mention. This happening right here is a great competitive move by Google. And if this is any indicator of what they're going to bring for the Pixel 5, then I am looking forward to it. It makes me excited to think that maybe they're going to be really competitive with the Pixel 5. It also makes me, at least at this point, if this is the case, that means for sure, definitely the Pixel 5 will not come with 64 gigs of internal storage, because that was a real worry for me. So if the Pixel 5 comes with 128 gigs internal storage, it's going to have that Snapdragon either 765G or 768G. Hopefully the 768G. Maybe Google's learning. Maybe they're really realizing now that they need to step up their game and be more competitive. And what I said about the Pixel 5 is they got to kill it with the camera. It needs to beat the iPhone 11 Pro. It needs to beat the iPhone 12, iPhone 12 Pro. You put all that stuff in there with the Pixel 5, price it at $499. Dude, if this, I don't know, maybe $499 could still be a price point. Maybe it'll be $549. But if they can keep that price competitive, if this Pixel 4A is going to be $349, there is a good chance that they're going to price the Pixel 5 competitively, which I would be really, really excited about. Okay, let me scroll down here, guys. Sorry, I don't oh shit, I missed the super chat. Longy Games with the super 33. I don't know what that is in US, but and I can't see the super sticker. I'm gonna have to look at it later on during the replay. But Wonky Games, first of all, thank you for being a member. Thank you for the super sticker. Somebody needs to tell me what that well, I'll look at it later, but I don't know what that translates to in US, but regardless of the amount, thank you so much for the support, guys. Thanks to everybody for the support. Thanks for even if you can't support, feel free to like the video, feel free to subscribe or like the stream. You guys just engaging in chat and saying hi and saying what's up, I think that's just really important for the community, important just for the channel as well. But Lonky Games, thank you so much for the support, man. Really appreciate it. Okay, let me make sure that I'm not missing people. My mouse is still not cooperating with me, guys. So it's like every time I'm trying to scroll, it's like it has a 5 to 10 second lag. Gboy888, yes, fingerprint scanner on the rear. Yes, I agree. Vazikos, hey, welcome to the stream, man. I don't think I've seen you in a minute. It would be nice if the fingerprint was on the side. Also, hi, Vazikos. You know what? I've never used a fingerprint reader on the side, and I don't know what my experience with having that would be. I can't comment on it because I haven't really had a chance to use it. But why would that be better than the rear? Just I'm genuinely asking because I don't really know. God damn, I can't. My goddamn mouse is just being such a. Okay, Gboy888, what color 4A will you get? I don't know what colors. Whatever new color comes out is probably the color I'm gonna get. Hopefully, it's gonna be a like a cool muted like mint color or whatever, anything bright. And like they usually go with a bright mint, like a bright muted color. When I say muted, I mean they kind of dull the color out, but something like that. I mean, I have the orange one for the Pixel 4 and I like it, but I'd probably get something like that too. Munchie, hey, welcome to the stream, man. Haven't seen you in a bit either. Nice to see you. Pixel 4a at $349 with a $50 gift card at launch will be a #1 seller on Amazon again. Oh man, I didn't even think about doing a $50 gift card. That would be a great deal. This is This is what I'm talking about. You want people to buy your phone. You want people to you want your phone to be competitive. You want to be in that market. This is what Google needs to do. This is what has been missing for a while, and I just don't understand where they've been. Actually, and you know what? I see Leo just dropped in here, so give me 1 second. Leo, give me 1 second. Let me just go through the rest of the chat, and then we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk in a second. And plus, my mouse is just not cooperating because I can't move stuff. AK-47 Suki, this is off topic, and I'm watching your videos after a hiatus. I noticed you have lost weight. Looking good, mate. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm down right now. I'm down 70, almost 74 pounds at this point. So in 8 months. So thank you, man. Appreciate it. Nice to see you in the stream. Javier Hidalgo, welcome to the stream, man. It's a cocaine sale for that price. Addicting, but actually good for you. I agree. Hackney Man, what's up? What's up, Hackney Man? Welcome to the stream. Javier, welcome to the stream. Silly question, but I'll ask anyway. Pixel 4a versus Pixel 4 XL. If you could get a deal on the 4 XL, which would you go for? Do you think the 4a screen will be good? I had Black Crush on the 3a. You know what? If you're somebody that is that particular with Black Crush, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying if you notice that Black Crush, I don't know if the Pixel 4a is going to be the right one for you. It also depends on the deal on the 4 XL. I don't know what a good deal on that phone would be. I might have to get back to you on that. Let me think about that. But if I don't bring it up here, we'll bring it up a little later. Or I can ask Leo too. God, I can't. My goddamn mouse, guys. I can't. Of all the days that it's going to mess up on me. Okay, you know what? I see Brian in here with the dollar super chat as well. Brian, thank you so much for continuing that streak of dollar super chats or super chats in general, not just dollars, because you've supported in so many ways. But Brian, thank you so much for that support. Thank you for the dollar. Guys, I'm going to go through the rest of this as well, but I want to go ahead and drop Leo in here. Real quick, guys, if you don't know who Leo is, his channel is Android Stud. You can find him on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube at Android Stud. And I'm about to throw him in here right now. So, Leo, how's it going, man? Android Stud, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Oh, there's your audio. Good.
Hey, congratulations on your weight loss. You lost a lot, and I think I found it. So
you found what? My other.
I found all your weight. Yeah. So I took care of that for you.
Stop. How's it going, man? Glad to see you. It's been a minute since we've talked.
I know it's been a long time. I've been trying to get on the stream, but I had to make some phone calls, call some people, I had to go above you. So I'm glad I was able to, make the stream today.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you could make it. So have you heard about this Pixel 4a? Have you heard about the rumors, or is this new for you right now?
Well, I've heard things here and there. There's so many, with the Pixel phones, there's so many rumors flying every day as it gets closer and closer. Same thing with the 3A, the 4, now the 4A. So, there's a lot of stuff going on with it. I know it's been delayed, so we won't get it till June now, probably.
But do you believe?
I was hoping to have it in my hands by now.
Well, I mean, I think all of us are. Do you think this rumor is true though? Pixel 4a, 128 gigs of internal storage for $350. Do you think that's going to be a thing?
I think I think it's possible because it's the 4a.
Yeah. I mean, I would be really excited if that's the price that it's going to be coming in at. I think it's gonna undercut. If it does, it'll undercut the iPhone SE, and I think it's going to give the iPhone SE a good run for its money.
Yeah, I mean, they sold a few of the 3As. So if that price point is $350, they might sell twice as many as the 3As they do the 4A. Because at $350, I think that was one of the biggest problems with the 4 and the 4 XL is, the storage, 64 gigabytes at $899. I mean, you're dreaming. Google, that's a big problem with Google. The battery size on the little one, the storage size on both of them, a little outdated when it comes to their storage size and their batteries at times.
And so hopefully this is where they're probably learning from their mistakes. And you know what? I see Asarni Thomas saying here, and I don't know if I said hi to you, Asarni, but you have to love what competition does. And I think if anything, this is lighting a fire under Google's ass. They're just like, okay, like now somebody else is competing in this market too. So now we really have to bring the fire.
Yeah, I think the issue with Google is a lot of times they don't care. You know, they just do what they want to do. But you know, they've had some rumblings. I was watching your stream yesterday, day before, you know, where people have left, you know, the head of the camera, you know, camera software, and
Right.
some other people who weren't happy with, you know, maybe they had conversations with you, the battery life on the Pixel 4, and you know, so, but you know, Google, I'm not sure how much they want to invest into, you know, their line of smartphones in the future, because at times they'll just cut something off, you know, because search does so well, YouTube does so well, they have so
Right.
many other products. The phone, it's just a shame because, but then you wonder, you know, with the Sully chip and some other, you know, the titanium chip, you wonder if they're going to come out with their own processor with the Pixel 6.
Yeah.
So that's yet to be seen if they could accomplish that. That would be interesting, because then they would totally control the whole hardware. But they have to work on, you know, the Pixel 4 and 4 XL, and even the 3A XL, a little boring as far as their design language. I know it's Pixel. You know, I love the Pixel brand. I use it every day. You know, the camera's so good, and just you know, I just like the way stock Android. I'm an Android guy through and through. So for me, it's got to be stock. I'm not a big Samsung guy. I think
I was actually going to ask you about that. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, me and you agree on that. I'm with you. My heart hurts when I have to use a Samsung. It just
that's so funny, because that was actually a question I was going to ask you a little later. But I totally hear you. You know what? Let me just kind of go through some of these comments in here as well. So Munchie's saying Pixel A's are the nexus of 2019 and 2020. That's kind of a good way to put it in there.
Yeah.
I see Y 2019. Hey Y, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Glad you could make the stream. Yeah, Munchie's saying stud in the building. There you go. Stud, you didn't start off with your with your catchphrase.
Yeah. Well, I try to save that for the videos. You know, you got to give people, you know, something to look forward to. But what's up, party people? Android Stud here. I'm in the building. You know, I'm here on the stream with Phone Jerome. Good guy. I'm really happy about all the things you're doing.
Thanks,
giving us the news with tech, man. You do it. It's really well done. Very professional. I enjoy watching you. You're easy to listen to. I don't always agree with you, but I still love you. I love you. So it doesn't matter. Jerome is like my little brother that every once in a while I gotta be like, hey man, what are you talking about? But you know, when dinner time comes, you know, I'll let him have some French fries and mashed potatoes, and you know, we'll take care of him.
That's so funny that Leo says that, because it's sometimes when I'm streaming with the other guys on Friday Night Tech Talk, and Android Stud's in there, and then he just starts going off about something. I get so upset, and it's weird. It's like, you know what? For a while when I left YouTube and I was busy doing my other stuff, I really just kind of walked away from phone stuff. And then now that I've kind of come back into it, I was like, man, I can't really get into it. And now day after day, I'm just like, I'm starting to really love what I do again. And I know that it's gotten worse, because when Leo is in there, when Android Stud is in there, and he starts talking shit, I literally am like trying to hold back from shaking, because I'm just like, God damn it. I'm like, I wish I could just like bitch at him right now.
Yeah.
But no, I know, man, it's all love. At the end of the day, it's all love, and I appreciate that. I really do.
You know, I was supposed to come on at 2, just to let your audience know. I was supposed to come on at 2, but I stayed up late. My Pixel 4 ran out of battery because I was taking pictures in the dark all night. And, you know, I was just trying to get those crispy pictures at night that Jerome says that you can get with your phone, whether it's the iPhone 11 Pro or the Pixel 4.
Yeah.
I just wasn't able to, you know, kind of make that hook last night. But I woke up this morning, charged my Pixel 4, and took some pictures in the sunlight. Not into the sun, but you know, with the sun behind me, so it comes out real nice.
you keep notice of what I'm doing, Leo. I appreciate that. All right, guys. real quick, let me go through the rest of this chat here. I see Raf B in here as well. I hope that $350 price point is true. So do I. Google needs to understand that their real competition is the iPhone SE when it comes to cost to performance. Totally agree with you. Jose Santana says $349 was the price tag for the Nexus. So I believe this will happen with the Pixel 4a. I mean, and that's, what's so nice to see is, you're seeing a $350 price point in 2020. You're seeing these prices kind of come back, and it's just, again, it's really exciting. It's something that I've been waiting for, and it makes me excited to get on this stream and start talking about it.
I think the thing that I'm hoping with the Pixel 4a, I love the price. I love the storage capacity. Obviously, the camera is going to be pretty good. The one thing I had an issue with the 3a and the 3a XL was the build quality on the display and the actual device itself. If you dropped it, I've heard people that said that, it just kind of, that's it, it's done. Not even a cracked screen. Yeah, just like, so I'm hoping the build quality is much better on the 4a than it was the 3a and 3a XL. Obviously, the bigger brother is a little bit more premium, but I just thought that it was a little, the build quality just wasn't, I thought, tough enough for a phone. I don't know if they can wrap it up in more plastic or make it, maybe reinforce the sides, or because it is a plastic build, but I just hope that it's a little bit more, fortified or on the sides, or they could do something. Not sure what's going on with that display technology on that 3a XL. So yeah, and Munchie says it wasn't Gorilla Glass on the 3a and the 3a XL, and I didn't have issue with it cracking. I just had issues with the stability of it, disconnecting the motherboard and other kind of things that, hey, let's face it, those people that are buying those phones are usually going to be, a younger kid, mom or dad, college student that, guess what? They're on the run. They're throwing their phones into the, into the couch on the kitchen floor. And so I'm hoping the 4a is a little bit better built.
No, that's actually a really good point. And that's something that I can't even speak about because I've never owned a 3a, so I don't have any experience with it. And I've had my Pixel 4, my iPhone 11 Pro. I mean, obviously, I had the iPhone SE, and the build quality on that is really good too. Yes, it's outdated, but the build quality is still good on it. You're right, though. That is a good point to put up. Is how well is the 4a going to be in terms of that build quality? And that's something that will be good to measure against the iPhone SE. Real quick, I see there's a new member. Oh my God, I'm going to try to pronounce this. Abu Bakir. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Inal, hey, welcome. Thank you for being a new member on the channel. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. I don't know what tier you're at because it doesn't show me, but regardless of the tier, thank you for joining. Thank you so much. I also have a $5 super chat here from Levin Williams. Finally made it to the stream. Is that price correct? As far as rumors go, yeah, that looks like that's what the price is going to be. If it is, I'm thrilled about it. I'm thrilled to see 128 gigs of internal storage. I mean, even if it was 64 gigs of internal storage, yeah, I'd probably bitch about it. But even if I knew they were going to drop it to 349, that would have made me happy. This is like double. Like, not only are they dropping the price, but they're also doubling the storage. And again, I think they're really gonna bring it this year, and maybe for the Pixel 5. Okay, hold on here. I'm just trying to go through the chat, guys. And I apologize if I can't get to everybody today. It's kind of just there's a lot going on here. So let me see here. Jose Santana, not always agreeing with each other while still respecting each other is something I wish I would see more frequently with others. No, and that's very true. And that's kind of why, like, even though, like, I know Leo gives me shit, I get it. And like, I'll push back. But I think what's really important about these streams, and that's why, like, I try to engage with you guys in the chat a lot, because I think it's important that, and I said this in an earlier stream, it's not about Team A or Team B, Team Red, Team Blue, Team Apple, Team Android. It's about talking about what's important and what's good for the person, because not everybody, like, yes, like, do I have a bias? I do. Does Leo have a bias? Like, he does. And it
mine is Android.
and it shows. But like, I think at the end of the day, I think it's still important to respect other people's opinions and how they feel about it. And while you don't have to agree on it. You could be like, well, I get that. I understand. If that's important to you, then that's important to you. Like I can sit here and at least like Android Stud and I, we agree that as far as stock Android goes, I think that's the king. I don't think any manufacturer should be adding anything else onto it. Although it's hard for me to say that with OnePlus. What do you think about the little tweaks they do on OnePlus then, Android Stud? How do you feel about that?
I love it. I mean, it's weird because I love the older OnePlus kind of people, you know. I think 7 Pro was probably their last device where they were kind of pure. I think when they went to the 7T and now with this 8 Pro costing $1,000,
yeah,
I think they kind of lost their way. You know, Samsung and Apple are overpriced, but we know that, you know,
right.
You have a OnePlus 8 where you used to buy it for $300-$400, $500-$600. Then you were at $700-$800. Now we're in the $1,000 range. I think they've kind of, I don't know if they've lost their way, but I enjoyed the purity of them before more than I would now. I have no, and I hate to say it, I apologize to OnePlus, but I have no desire to go out and buy a OnePlus, where before I couldn't wait to get the white one, the white one, the blue one. But you know, the OnePlus 5, you know, the 6, the 6T.
The 6 was my favorite.
Those were great devices. Even the 3 and the 3.
I had that too.
Those were excellent devices. But now you have the Poco phones of the world. Now this new up and comer TCL.
Right.
They have a new phone that's under $500.
I saw you got it.
Yes. Doesn't have the Snapdragon. There we go. Oh, upside down. How you?
There you go.
Doesn't have the Snapdragon 865, but it has a, you know, it's surprisingly snappy. I've been using it since yesterday, I believe. It's got an in-display fingerprint reader, you know, face unlock, that kind of thing. But I think OnePlus kind of lost their way when it comes to being pure Android. But I do love Oxygen OS.
Right.
I still think Google software is still.
Yes, I agree.
Just a little. I like OnePlus's stuff. It's, don't get me wrong. If I use a OnePlus phone, I'm happy. It's fine.
Right.
But I don't know. There's just something about using Google Pixels. They're just, ever since the Pixel line started, they've been phenomenal. From the, you know, they started with the, you know, the Nexus line. Now they're in the Pixel line. So
no,
I mean, it's just, you know, it's just something. When I went from the S20 to this Pixel 4 again, I
didn't know you had the S20. I
had the S20 for a little while, and the S20 is actually, I do miss that device. It's actually the little one. I do like that one. I like smaller phones, but when I went to the Pixel 4 XL, I just felt like I was at home. You know, just felt like I was like, okay, we're back at home. You know,
yeah. There's just something about it. I mean, if for me, if there was any other skin that I had to use other than stock Android, then OnePlus would be it. I mean, if I couldn't pick stock Android, then yeah, obviously I would go with OnePlus. Okay, let me just go through some of the chat here.
Yeah, go for it.
Kedin Singh, hopefully I'm saying that right. Kedin Singh Patil. Ooh. Battery life in the 4A is pretty decent, to be honest. Gonna buy for the stock Android experience and that God tier camera. And now they have cut down the price. India's gonna love it. It's gonna be a great seller there.
Yeah, sure, it's gonna be a good seller in India.
Right. Okay. Guys, I'm not going to be able to go through everything. So let me just, there's another super chat from Levin at $2. If it's true, that's a good price. Totally agree. Again, I'm really excited for it. Street Drift 717 says, did you work for any channel? I'm subscribed to you, but I don't know who you are. Yeah. So like for anyone who's in here who doesn't know, I used to work for Android Police. I did a short stint with them. But yeah, I've been doing my own thing for a while. Even before Android Police. But yeah, if you've seen me work for a different channel, or if you've seen me on another channel, it used to be Android Police. Anyway, Street Drift 717, thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you in the chat. Jose Santana, what do you guys think of the Moto G stylus and Moto G power? I've at least for me, I've said this before. Yeah, they're cheaper phones. They don't have the best chipset, but what's weird to me is how they made two different ones, and they made one with a better battery, and then they made another one with a better camera, and then one has a stylus. And it's like, why couldn't you just make one good Moto G and put all of that together and put it at an appropriate price? That's how I feel about it. I don't know too much about it to give you like the camera specs and the performance or whatever, but I just got really confused about why I guess you're confusing the consumer at this point. Because imagine the regular person who has like $300 to spend on a phone, and they're like, well, which one should I get? Why are there two different options? Why would you do that to the consumer? Leo, any thoughts?
No, I agree with you. I honestly, at this point in the last couple of years, there's been so many Moto phones, I have no clue which one is which.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they have the E, the G, the D,
my God,
the MKBHD version. I mean, they got every one that I mean, and I liked Moto when they first started with that little Moto X, I think it was,
the
with
Moto
the
X
always on display. And oh man, that thing.
Those are the good days of Moto. Those are the great days.
Yeah, those are the great days. I mean, that's where they should have stayed, and where you could design it. Remember?
Yes.
Different colors.
I had so many of them. I kept switching up the designs.
And the price was good. It was a reasonable price. You order on their website, gets shipped in 2 days. You have it right on your doorstep. So
yeah,
I don't know. And then they come out with this flagship, the Edge. That's $1,000. That's going to drop here soon. So
the Edge Plus that you can only get for Verizon. Remember? And then I talked about that too. It was only going to have 1 year of updates, but now because they got so much shit for it, now they said they're going to give you 2 years.
Right.
Yeah. No, $1,000. I don't think so. I'm sorry.
No.
I see Forbes Tech Reviews in here. What's up, y'all? What's up, Forbes Tech Reviews? Yeah, nice to see you in here. Appreciate you stopping by in the stream. Big House Productions is in here as well. Hey, Forbes, and then says, hey, guys, at work trying to catch some of the stream. Big House Productions, nice to see you, man. It's been a minute. Appreciate you stopping by. Okay, so I think, there's another. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm sorry, but finally I found the perfect tech channel, hashtag Team Pixel.
Team Pixel.
Yeah,
I'm Team Pixel, that's for sure. So
Jerome is like Pixel for sure.
Jerome is kind of like
I'm team whatever's good at the moment.
Your team play the field.
I'm not, you can't call me a bandwagon guy. I think I'm just trying to like get the best out of my money. That's how I can put it. But
you like value. You like value and quality. So
I do.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. True. Yeah. So okay, guys, let's move on. I do, and oh God, we're almost running at the hour there. My mouse is still fucking up on me, but I have this other.
What mouse do you have that you're struggling?
Dude, I have a Razer mouse. It's a gaming mouse, and I've had it for I don't know what's happened to it. It's not working for me right now.
You got to have the backup corded one on deck.
I know this is a corded one, and it's still messing up on me. I don't understand. Anyway, yeah. Moving on, guys. So I do have this article from Android Central, and so we're just gonna kind of skim through this because we're already getting close to that hour. But this is titled "If Google loses the Pixel's camera advantage, the product line will die. Photography is the Pixel's trump card, and it has no chance of competing without it." So I have a few thoughts on this. I'm going to get Leo's thoughts on it as well, but we'll just kind of go through this real quick. If you guys don't know, I did a video on this or a stream on this a couple of days ago where Mark Lavoie, who is an engineer for Google, who I think who played a big part in terms of Google's camera success, especially when it comes to computational photography, he left. And then the general manager, who I think led either some part of the Google Pixel, has left as well. So people are saying here, quickly sent people into a panic mode about the future of the Pixel's camera capabilities. Now, I don't believe that Lavoie leaving Google will suddenly torpedo the Pixel's camera. This is how I feel about it too. But I can understand why people are getting worried, or they're wondering what's going on. But it is worth thinking about just how important his departure is and what it could mean for Google if there's a noticeable impact in camera quality when you take into account that the camera is the reason to buy a Pixel over other phones. Sure, you can toss caveats on that if you want to try and knock the Pixel down a peg because it doesn't have an ultra wide lens, crazy zoom levels, or several advanced shooting modes. And let me just kind of interject real quick. I've said this before, but I prefer quality over quantity. If they're not going to put a telephoto, or if they're not going to put an ultra wide in there, that's fine. Just give me a great shooter, give me a great main camera, and I'll take that over. Look at these other phones that are coming out with 3, 4, 5, 8, 18 cameras in the back that aren't performing like, who cares if they have all these extra cameras if they're not going to be good? I would rather take one good main shooter that I can use, because I use my main shooter most of the time anyway. But again, that's how I feel about it. So let me just kind of scroll down here. Google's lucky that its camera technology is that far ahead of the competition, because the rest of the Pixel 4 and 4 XL on the whole can't stand up to scrutiny without it. Yeah, we know the scrutiny behind the Google Pixel 4 and the 4 XL in terms of battery and price, but that's dropped as well. Anyway, continuing on. Even without Lavoie at the helm, I'm very bullish on the Pixel team's ability to ship another fantastic camera in the Pixel 5. That's me too. I know yesterday I was saying that, like, I'm still being optimistic about Google, and this news that I heard about today makes me even more optimistic. And hey, maybe we'll even be surprised by the addition of an ultra wide camera. I think it's going to come with one. I really don't think they're going to go this year without putting an ultra wide on the Pixel 5. Despite all of its struggles elsewhere, Google has managed to ship extraordinary cameras in every Pixel, and I don't see that changing. But over time, if Google slows its advancement and the competition catches up, it's game over for the Pixel as a product. So, Leo, we can talk about this. I'm excited for the Pixel 5. I'm just a little scared about where it's going to go in terms of price, especially now that it's not going to come with the Snapdragon 800 series chipset. But I think the camera's still going to be good. I think it's still going to be great. I think it's still going to be one of the top 2, if not, maybe, hopefully not 3, but I want it to be the better camera than the iPhone this year. What do you think? How are your thoughts on the Pixel 5? I know you're a Pixel guy, so and I know you probably have more optimism than I do, but are there any concerns that you have when it comes to the Pixel 5?
Well, I think the price is going to be better because it's going to have a lower chipset. I mean, it's not going to be the 865. They're going to put it's the 765G,
or maybe the 768
that they just announced. So I mean, that if the price comes down, but then it's like you can't please everybody. So it's gonna be a better price, but it's not gonna have the big boy Snapdragon. So the Snapdragon snobs are gonna be upset. They're not gonna get it because it doesn't have an 865. There's some people, they won't buy a phone unless it has the latest and greatest from Qualcomm.
You're right.
So you have to think about that. Camera's still going to be great. It's not like Lavoie took his lunchbox with him. I mean, they have the technology.
That's a very good point.
Just going to build on it. Yeah, he was probably going to come out with some more amazing stuff. I wonder if he was the guy that said, we don't need a wide angle. Everybody uses telephoto last year for the 4. I wonder if that was him or if that was somebody else. And that's one of the reasons he also left, because there's just a lot going on over at Google as far as the Pixel line and the team that is putting it together. But the camera's still going to be good. It's going to have ultra wide this time. They made a mistake not adding it on the 4. That was a big blunder on their part.
Yeah, they got a lot of shit for it.
I mean, even in the presentation, they're like, the telephoto is what everybody uses. And and I understand, because when you do see somebody use an iPhone, Jerome, and they zoom in, they're usually they're zooming in, they're doing their thing,
right.
Or the mom getting shot of her kid, they're always zooming in, so, but that's like saying, well, don't ever use landscape because everybody shoots portrait. It's not it's not realistic to think that nobody needs the wide angle. Are you going to use it all the time? But you know what? It's nice.
Sure.
You go to the beach, you take a wide shot, sunset, maybe pictures at dark. I don't know. But you have to wonder, Google, I don't know why they made that decision not to have it a wide angle last year. But you know what? Google's always had the reputation that they do what they want to do, but it will have a wide angle.
Yeah.
And it'll be a better price. It's just it doesn't really worry me, but the thing that it's almost going to be like, hey, that basketball player is pretty good, but he's kind of old, and he's got a bad knee. That's kind of be the pixel this
That's
year
that's a good analogy. I like
because
that, Leo.
it's gonna have the 768G, and that's what everybody's gonna say in the comments when you do a YouTube video or in Twitter. It doesn't have the Snapdragon 865. Bye bye with that.
Yeah.
So
It's like the refresh rate stuff, that kind of
yeah.
stuff that's going on.
I mean, you remember the Pixel 3 had issues with the 4 GB of RAM on it with the Snapdragon 835 at the
Yeah,
time.
whatever it was. I can't even remember now.
So, I think if Google does, and they probably won't, but if they come in at a really glorious price and they don't have a 64 gigabyte, it's 128
128
or 256. If they can do that, if they could come out the gate with that and have a new fancy color, whether it's a mint, whether it's a
whatever it is,
a light yellow, they always come out with a weird color.
Yeah.
But the colors have been cool.
I like
except for that dirty pink one. That was kind of.
I would take it. I'm that kind of person. I like colorful though.
Yeah. I mean, the orange one is fancy. Only the fancy people have that one, but. You have the orange, right?
I have it right here. Yeah, I have the orange one.
Oh, so orange. Aren't you glad you got that one?
Oh my God, I hate their color schemes though. I don't know why they call the colors the way they do, but anyway, no,
but the thing I will say finally is the article says, and I don't know who wrote this article, but
I don't know either.
God bless them, but they're like, will they not? Look, Pixel's not competing with anybody right now. It's Apple and Samsung's game. They sold 2 million Pixel 4. I think me and Jerome bought 10 of them. So, and then the rest that are in the chat probably bought the other 500 of them. So Pixel's got a long way to go. I love Google. I love Android. I love all their products, but for them to compete, they have to come a long way. They're not selling nearly 50 million, 60 million phones, and they should be because they're the head of Android.
Yeah.
They just haven't done a good job, but they're trying to get into carrier stores, so we'll see where that goes after that.
That's actually an interesting take. I haven't really thought about it the way you said it, where you just said Google doesn't care. They're just doing their own thing. They're doing what they want. And I've never really thought about it that way. And when you kind of put it in those words, I'm like, well, if they don't care, then they don't care. I mean, they're going to do what they want. That's why they implemented the Soli chip. And that's why they're probably going to go ahead and implement it again for next year. And I guess when I look at it at that take, I can understand, but I still can't sit here and not just rage at things that get to me, but I totally get it. In that respect, I get it. But I think for the Pixel 5, I think we might be in for a good surprise. I think they're going to come with 128 gigs internal. They're going to have a better battery. The front's going to look better. I know people have been. How do you feel about the back of the Pixel 5? Have you seen the renders with that U camera module in the back?
It's ugly, but I'll tell everybody like phones are not a beauty contest. Like people are like, oh, I gotta get the mocha, or I gotta get the the interstellar glow, like do you put it on your bathroom floor while you're taking a leak and you look at it? I mean, when you get home, do you put it in a display? Most of us are putting it in a case.
Yeah,
no one ever, maybe once or twice, maybe 3 times in your whole life will somebody say, that's a beautiful phone. Wow, very beautiful. I love the camera array on the back. I love the way that it comes like horizontal. Or the iPhone 11's back camera is ugly.
It's
the
ugly.
Pixel 4's is ugly. I think S10 Plus was a nice medium where it was the two along the back or whatever.
Sure.
Even
TCL. I like TCL
clean.
design. Yeah,
it's very clean and there's no bump.
I was gonna say, is that flush? Is that perfectly flush?
Yeah, it's flush. The only thing that's not flush is I think the flash.
But that's it.
you know. But you know what's cool is their
Wow.
flashlight is 2
What the
lights.
hell? How I
Yeah,
didn't know it had 2. That's awesome. I
yeah.
had no idea.
And then you have a smart key where you could set it to turn on your flashlight. So
Dude, that's
this
cool.
smart key will turn on. You could set it to do whatever you want, but you could set it. I set it to turn on my flashlight with one click,
Huh.
and then if I double click, oh, let me unlock it first. Sorry. If I double click, it goes to my camera.
Oh, that's cool.
Boom.
Yeah,
And then
that has cool
and then if
features.
I long press, it opens up Google search.
Nice.
That way I could, I look up phone Jerome, see what he's doing, give him a hard time.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on this stream. Let me go troll him.
Okay. Let me go ahead and go through chat here real quick. Mint Arcade says ultra wide. No, we think macro is more fun. Google 2020. I hope that's not the case. I really hope that isn't the case. I see 1C too creative. I never say your name right, man. I know the software side is so, but the value for money is they really keep it around $450 to $500 is really good. Oh, he's talking about the Poco F2, the new OnePlus substitute. So I've never used the software, but you have, Leo. You had the Poco F1, didn't you? I thought you put a lot of videos out for the F1. Why don't you go ahead and share your software experience with that? I'm looking through chat here.
Yeah, the Poco phone F1, it runs MIUI, and the software has gotten extremely better over the years. It's still iPhone-ish.
It's iPhone-ish?
Huh. Yeah, they try to mimic a little bit of the iPhone type of software on top of Android, but you could put a Nova launcher on it. It's got some cool features. I've done a lot of hacking on the Poco phone where I put Google Pixel 4 software on it.
Yeah.
And it runs great. But MIUI is pretty good. I mean, it just depends who you are. If you're coming from iPhone, you'll probably like it. If you're pure Android, then you have an issue with it. I like MIUI better than Huawei skin and Samsung skin. That's for sure. And definitely LG's. So in that respect, I think it's pretty good.
No, that's good to know. I mean, yeah, when I was looking at that Poco F2 Pro, if I could get that at a good price, I might drop some money on that. And then especially if I'm able to mod it and ROM it and put more of a stock Android experience, yeah, then that's probably what I'd do with it. So Vizikos is saying here, the big question for me for the 765 is whether or not it has support for 4K 60. Yeah, I don't know. And this is what
great question. That's a great question by that guy.
and a lot of people bitched about that for the Pixel 4, right? I don't use 4K. I don't even record in 4K, but I understand why people would want it for 4K.
It's a legitimate gripe because iPhone parades it, Samsung parades it, and Google doesn't participate.
I know. So yeah, we'll see. Demouse, hey, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to the chat. They need to stop the obsession with differentiating. We don't need slim phones with fancy colors and needless sensors. Their USP, I'm not sure what you're trying to say there. Is the OS just make a decent phone at a decent price? But yes, I agree with you in a lot of those things. I'm not a person that really is big on slim phones either. I actually prefer heavier phones. I don't know. For me, I feel like a heavier phone feels more premium. That's how I feel about it. But I also agree. Like, I mean, I'll take a fancy color if they have one, but yeah, I don't want a fancy color if you're going to sacrifice a good phone, right? Or, a clean UI or stock Android. Like I would rather have like you said, a decent phone at a decent price. So I agree with that. Okay, let me just scroll down real quick before I get into the next story. Yes, Will, I know. It's cool for Google not to care, but not when they're charging $1,000. That's true. I mean, it's not, but yeah, we'll see what the Pixel 5 comes at. I'm pretty sure this, Leo, Android stud, is Will is not happy with Google right now. He hasn't been for a while. He's like, LOL, it's ugly, Jerome. He's talking about the Pixel 5.
It's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, and Brian says looks matter to a degree, and I agree with that too. I mean, obviously there has to be something has to be said about design aesthetic and making a phone look nice and look good. And but Leo also has a point.
I mean, just tell Will Just ask Will one question. Just say, Will.
Will's right here. You can ask him.
Yeah, Will. Let me ask you a question. What's the definition of insanity?
I don't know where you're going with that.
Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Stop buying Pixel phones, bro. I know you want it. I know you like it. I know there's something that you're attracted to it by it.
That is so you're so right with that.
It's not for you. It's not for you. It's like a good friend of mine, like almost best friend of mine, uses all Apple. I use all Android. And one day he says to me, he goes, I don't know why you always use Android. I love Apple. And he goes, and then the next day he goes, you know what? I understand now. People just like different shit.
That's true.
Like it's just the way it is. Like I can't force my Android on him. He can't force his Apple on me. You know, Apple, hey, I've said it. I've been documented in my videos and on Twitter. Apple makes great hardware. The issue I have with them is their OS. I can't stand iOS. It's
a lot of people.
And trust me, I would change my name quick if it was more customizable, more open, more free, and it wasn't such a fair, like a bunch of Pharisees going to church. Everybody's like a zombie, like, oh, we're buying the new Apple poo-poo, $49.99. It's like, hey, come on, man. It's not that good.
You know what? It would be so funny if someone takes a bet with you one day, and if you lose that bet, you would have to change your name on Twitter for a week to iOS stud.
That would be a good bet.
Oh my God.
I'll have to see if somebody wants to challenge me.
Yeah, we'd have to see what kind of bet that would be. So
that would be great. That would be great.
Okay, so Javier says here's my take. Google is going to kill the Pixel 5 sales with the 4a. The 5 has to have something that can differentiate for the purchase minus the camera, wireless charging, and IP certification. I agree. And maybe it'll be the camera. Maybe the camera will be so good and it's going to be priced really well that, it'll take those sales away. But I think they have a lot on their plate. And I think they really got to step it up and they got to bring it out this year for the Pixel 5. Tectonic says 2 lights. Wow, innovation. I don't know. I still think it looked cool. I didn't expect 2 lights to come out of there. Mint Arcade says,
it blew my mind. I was like, oh, let me set the flashlight. Because, the flashlight is something you always like, you got to push it down. I don't know how it works on the iPhone, but on an Android phone, you have to push it down and then hit flashlight.
Similar.
So it's kind of a pain, So I was like, I'm setting this to flashlight. That's like, because I'm always like working around the house, doing something in my car. I'm like, you need a light,
And that's where Moto had a good thing. Remember, it was the two chops down to turn on the.
And maybe you go like you see simply my device.
Simply your device, to turn the camera on.
And they're like, "What are you doing, dude?" He goes, "Oh, take a picture."
There you go. Mint Arcade says, Jerome, the back is flush with the double flashlight, slightly protruding to protect the lenses from scratching. That's good to know. Yeah, appreciate you sharing that. Okay, guys, I can't get through everything else right now. We need to move on. We're already past the hour here. Apple stud. There you go.
Apple stud. I like that.
Reynaldo De Leon says, I rubbed my eyes like it was Christmas when I seen that price. Yeah, hopefully that's the price it's going to be at. So,
well, all the YouTubers will buy it at that price,
Yeah, there you go. Okay, guys, let's move on. I'm going to kind of maybe just go through some of these. I'm not going to go through everything. I don't have a lot of stories right now because I knew you were going to be on, Leo, and I just wanted to spend some time, talk to you, get your thoughts on stuff. And actually, none of these stories are that big to really talk about right now. So let me just kind of close this off and let me ask you a couple things. So the one thing I always wanted to know is, have you ever owned an iPhone? Have you had one before?
Yes.
You have.
I have an iPhone here.
You do?
Yeah, I have an iPhone 7.
Wait. Do you have an iPhone 7 because you need to have one? Is it for work, or do you have
work?
One?
It's work. Everybody at work uses an iPhone. So I have an iPhone 7 that I use. I bought the iPhone 10. It's on my channel. If you want to see that horrendous video of mockery of technology, you can watch on my channel. But I think it was the iPhone 10 was 3 years ago. this year. Yeah, so
Yeah, something like that.
2017.
Right.
I just cannot wrap. I I get frustrated. I get frustrated. That's why I asked my wife to marry me. When I started dating her, she's like, "There, we're just talking about nothing." And she's like, Apple iPhones, I can't stand those phones.
So wait. What
I
is
was like, "Will you marry me?"
what is your wife use now?
She was using the Pixel 4 XL,
Uh-huh.
and before that, she had the 3A XL, but it died. That's why I can document that their displays aren't
There you
built
go.
very good, or maybe it was just mine. Now she's using the, believe it or not, she loves the Poco phone the best.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
she
Are
likes it. She likes the screen. She says it's fast. Um, she says that it charges really fast. She says there's just something about it that she likes. I don't, and she
Yeah.
always is just like, she's just like, when she needs a phone, she's like, just give me any phone. And then the one phone that I did give her that she didn't like was the HTC 10. Is it the 10? No, not the 10.
U11?
11. U11.
Yeah.
U11.
I had that one too. I had the
She
blue
couldn't
one and
stand it. She
I
didn't like
never
it. She's
used
like,
it.
she never liked Sense. I tried to give her the M8 long time ago,
Uh-huh.
but I actually had to give her, because the Pixel 3, so I had to give her my work phone for one night, and
Hmm.
she was struggling. I mean, she's like, how do people use this iPhone? It's
Oh,
garbage. I was like,
wow.
oh, it's like, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a good night tonight. But she's, yeah, I look, their hardware is great. I mean, it's phenomenal. People
Sure.
love it. Everybody around me uses one. My kids, my
Yeah.
daughter, my sons. I mean, they all use it. I put them on Team Android. It lasted for a little bit.
They just
I
couldn't
think,
get into it.
well, they could, but then when they're, like
It's their friends, right?
the last of the Mohegans was our son Mario. He had the Note 3, and
Uh-huh.
then he went iPhone XR or 10R.
Yeah.
My daughter's 10R, and then our other son is iPhone 8 Plus. So they're
Yeah.
they're done. So
They're in that Apple ecosystem while your name is Android Stud, which is so funny to me.
They're like, they never text us because we're gonna be Green Bubble, so we're not included in the group chat at all.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? If Google Messages and RCS actually takes off, because RCS, they have their Blue Bubble now too. I don't know if you've used
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has that. So
I
if
mean,
that,
you know what I tell people all the time when they tell me about FaceTime and iMessage and all that stuff. I go, look, man, it's not that serious. It really isn't. I mean, I've gotten by in life without it. I'm okay. I have 2 feet, 2 hands. I eat every night. It's not like, oh, you're not on iMessage. You must be broke.
no,
I mean,
and
and I get it.
It's so weird. That status is so weird about Green Bubble, Blue Bubble. And
Yeah.
like even on dating apps, even on like Tinder,
Oh,
you
yeah.
hear about it.
Yeah.
If you matched with somebody on Tinder, I think there were people had screenshots that said, if you don't have if I see a green, or if I see a green bubble, like I'm not texting you back, or it's weird how it's such a weird marketing thing that kind of created itself, like
Yeah.
Apple decided, hey, let's give it a blue bubble. And then all of a sudden it became a thing.
And
I
you
just,
know what? I'll say it. If I was in that ecosystem, I would be the same way. I'd be like, I'm not talking to you, man. You got a green bubble. You're out.
oh
So
my God.
I get it. I mean, it's almost like, it's almost like profiling, like technology profiling. Oh, I want to say a big hello to Forbes Tech Review, BG Tech Life, if I may. For
Oh shit. Yeah.
Jerome,
I see a super
from
chat
Team
in here
100.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you, BG. I
Yeah.
appreciate you, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Thanks for joining the stream.
I would probably be, that's one of my Team 100 brothers.
Yeah.
But I would probably be the same way. I mean, the ecosystem on Apple is great. And look, I use an iPad to edit. I use LumaFusion to edit all my
Do
videos.
you really?
Yeah, I very, very well documented. I don't hide
Wow.
that.
Wow.
Yeah, I was using a Pixel Slate for a little while with Power Director. But LumaFusion is better. It's day and night. better. I wish LumaFusion was on Android, but it's not. It's only on Apple, and it's phenomenal on the iPad. I don't know
Wow.
if you've ever used LumaFusion on an iPad.
No, I don't even, because I build PCs. I
Right.
use, Premiere Pro. So like I don't own it. I've actually never really used an iPad before, but I hear a lot of people do. And that's good to know. I didn't know you were editing your videos just
Yeah.
on an iPad then? You don't use a
Yeah, I
PC
just
or
use it.
anything?
No, I've never edited any of my YouTube videos on a PC ever.
Wow.
I've always
Wow.
used it. I started with editing on my phone with Power Director on the Samsung or whatever I had,
Yeah.
Pixel, and then I went to the iPad because somebody told me about LumaFusion. So that was great. It was phenomenal. And then I was like, I kicked the iPad because the problem I have with the iPad, it's sad, but it's like a $400 piece or $500 piece of technology that I just use for editing. So I guess it's worth it. But then I like to use it. I like to be able to do other things on, like
Yeah, of
go to
course. Why wouldn't you?
Twitter,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? So, but that's where I kind of was like, this is like a gigantic iPhone. Get me out
It
of this
is.
room, It's
Yeah.
almost like, you're like, you just, but so I went to the Pixel Slate and I was like, this is so much better. Then when I would edit, and it was okay. Bad Director is great. On the
Right.
phone, it's good. And on the Pixel Slate, it was serviceable, but I was like, you know what? Let me go back to the LumaFusion because I have an iPad, and the Luma's so much better, man. I can edit faster, quicker. Oh, and for photos, bro, I'm telling you, you can just get like a cheap iPad, put Luma on there. It's $20, I think. It's cheap, and you could edit your photos, make it MP4, send it to your Dropbox or Google Drive, and then edit. You know what I mean? Because let's say you're at work and you're like, let me do that. You know how you do that creative way where you have the two photos side by side,
Sure.
and all that stuff. You could probably do a lot of that stuff, at your lunch break at work or whatever. Or maybe you just want to look at the photos and compare them and say, and then
kind of do it live.
Yeah, well, not do it live, but maybe you want to just kind of look at your photos on the iPad and kind of put your thoughts together, or you could even do a voiceover over it, like you said. But
yeah, that's not bad.
I'm telling you,
that would save time too, because those camera comparisons I make, they take a long time to do. Some of those videos take me like 16 hours to do from start to finish.
You see any of my videos, I've never done a camera comparison. I think I've done one or two, right? That I'm telling you,
it's a lot of work.
When I did that video, I'm telling you, I think my whole family left the house. They're like, he gonna kill somebody. Android stud's about to like Bam Bam's gonna crush some people in here, bro. It was so hard. It's so time consuming. You have to be so precise. I respect your work.
Thank you, man.
That's one thing I'm like, and everybody asked me on the chat, like, could you do a camera person? I'm like, phone Jerome, go to this guy's channel. He's got you. Because I'm like, I can't. There's one guy, for Tech Reviews. I think he does camera comparison. And he does a pretty good job too. And I'm like, it's a lot of work, man. It's hours. People don't realize, and they're like, well, I don't know why you put him in split screen like that, because I can't really see what's going on. And you're like, bro, you know how long this took me?
This is why, like, I have a hard time. So when I make those camera comparisons, I don't think, and you guys should know this. Some of those camera comparisons take me 12 to 16 hours to do. Also, if you notice, when the photo shows in my camera comparisons, it drops on the beat of the music track too. Like,
bro,
you're on point.
You're like, even like, for those of you that haven't watched his videos, you have to check them out because they're so well done. Like, I would hire you to do sports because you're so precise with the music. Even at the end of your video, it's like dun, 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 dun. And I'm like, he did that on purpose. Like, I'll do that and it's an accident. You do it and it's like, I'm just a big mouth. That's all. I just talk.
Hey, man. Yeah.
But your editing technique is really precise. Really,
thank you.
Nice.
I appreciate that. I do. So, you know what? I don't know if there's much else to go over here. I know chat is still going on, and I appreciate everybody for stopping by. But I think I might be wrapping it up here. I had a couple other stories, but there's really nothing. The Pixel 4a was the big story, and we got through that today, and it was really it was really good news, and hopefully it's something that comes to fruition. Hopefully this is the storage that they're going to give it. This is the price that they're going to give it. But before I do go, I do want to thank Android Stud Leo for stopping by. Appreciate you, spending time, even coming into the channel. I mean, you've donated, you've super chatted before, and I really appreciate it, even though you were giving me shit for it. And if you guys don't know, Android Stud, he super chatted me. It was like $10.99, and it was so that I could return the iPhone SE that I had bought. You know what though, Leo? I returned that iPhone SE
for shipping.
FYI.
I know you did. It was for shipping. It's for shipping. I look. I knew it. Like, come on, man. First of all,
I have an iPhone 11 Pro.
Yeah, you have a Mercedes, and you're slumming with a Neo Geo or whatever cheap cars out there.
A Geo Metro.
Yeah, Geo Metro, that one. But Mint Arcade had a question. Sure. Export video files on iPad, easy, convenient. Yes, very easy, very convenient. Very, very simple. And the rendering is like Jerome, it's like this.
What?
On the iPad Pro, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm even using an iPad 6th generation now because I sold my iPad Pro to buy the Pixel Slate. But I sold the Pixel Slate and I got a cheaper iPad for nothing, basically. And I could still edit LumaFusion on there. It's fast, it's quick, it's good,
That's great. That's great. Well, real quick before I let you go, or before we end this too, like if for anybody who hasn't seen Android Stud before, or has checked out or hasn't checked out any of his socials or platforms, he does have a YouTube channel. He does have a Twitter and an Instagram. I think it's all at Android Stud, right?
Yeah. If you want to catch me on Twitter, just follow me at Android Stud. One big giant word. Also on Instagram at Android Stud. You'll see my content. You'll see my quirky comments to Jerome. And also, if you want to check out my content on YouTube, just go to Android Stud. Just search Android Stud. I'm there. I just got the TCL 10 Pro. So I just did a unboxing and first impression of this device. It's got a Snapdragon
675, right?
675, correct.
Yeah.
I always get the 35 and the 25 mixed up.
There's too many phones right now.
It's like QB, that's his name, QB King, or is that his name? One of those YouTubers. On his video, he said that the TCL 10 Pro had a Snapdragon 875. I'm like, that's a But
where did that come from?
He said in the comment that he misspoke. He meant to say 675 and he said 875 because he had 865 on the brain. But yeah, you can catch me on YouTube at Android Stud. Come by, say hello, check out my videos. I do a lot of Android, obviously. But I love my Apple people. So if you want to come by, come to the dark side, know what life is about, be free and all that stuff. Don't be a zombie. Come by and say hello.
There you go. There you go. Well, Leo, thank you so much for stopping by. Real quick, guys, before I kind of end this, I'm just going to do this one last time here. Guys, if you are new to the chat or new to the stream, please feel free to like the video. Liking the video helps in some algorithmic kind of way, AKA I think it helps people find my stream. So please feel free to like. If you are new and you want to be a subscriber and haven't, please do so. I stream Mondays through Fridays at 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central. And then finally, if you see people in the chat with a green in their name or a red Chicago star next to it, that's because they are a member of my channel. All you have to do to be a member, you could have that and have like custom emoji, and you get your name on the intro and outro of all my live streams for as little as 99 cents a month. I hate being that sales guy, but I'm getting used to saying this. But you can just click the join button here to be a member of Phone Jerome, the Phone Jerome channel. If you can't find that, if my mouse would fucking work, and it can't, I can't get. Okay, here we go.
Please become a member. He needs to buy a new mouse. This is the end game for his channel right now.
Thank you, Leo. Or you can go to youtube.com /Phone Jerome /join and be part of the channel. And that's it. Otherwise, guys, I think that's it. Me and Leo are going to sign off here. Again, Monday, I'll be back 12 p.m. Central. We'll do this again. I'm trying to get my outro here, but my mouse is not moving. So give me a second while I try to make words. And now my mouse isn't moving at all. I don't even know how I'm going to. Okay.
There you go.
There we go. There. God damn it. I'm sorry. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I will see you guys Monday, 12 p.m. Central. I'll see you then. Leo, thanks again so much. Appreciate you stopping by. Guys, check his channel out. He has some good shit out there. Check his other socials too. See what's going on with him. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy. Bye now.
Peace. Party people.